as we've grown, like we go to random places and people will say, oh, hey, that's Scott with Adapt, or hey, that's George with Adapt. They're the owners there, they're the co-founders. And, I think we have to hold ourselves to a standard. The last thing we want to do is, for one, let each other down, let our business down. But further than that, like the whole North Miami area, the last thing we want to do is let that community down.
So you guys have built Adapt into quite an incredible business, especially from its original start. So why don't you just share with us a little bit about Adapt?
So we're a full service wellness center. We've grown to be about 40,000 square feet at this point. When we say full service, we really offer everything. We have, all sorts of fitness training, from personal, group, private fit training, combine prep training for athletes, to therapy services. And then on top of that, of course, we have basketball courts, volleyball courts that we've created.
It's an acronym for athletic development and performance training. We want it to be all facets of training, not just boot camp, CrossFit. And it was supposed to be to develop you into either an athlete or fitness. And you're coming in, we were going to develop you and create this new you. And that's how the acronym ADAPT came to be.
Well, tell us why you originally wanted to start this kind of a business.
It kind of landed in our hands. We met each other, we started training together. And, we're like, why don't we do this as a business? We started creating boot camps all over our district. And we just decided to let's settle down and see if this works. It pretty much started as a hobby. And then somewhere along the line, it hit us in the face. It's just business. It's no longer a hobby. So workouts were not happening every day. Workouts is like, if you can get it once a week, that's even good. It's even better. But that's pretty much how it started off.
What you're describing is so exciting, but it sounds so daunting as well. So can you imagine having come this far and doing what you do without each other as partners?
Yeah, definitely not possible. I mean, honestly, we're very similar, but we're also very different. I think that puts each other in check within reason. So when I go on my tangent, he kind of brings me back, or if he does the other, we wheel each other in a little bit.
I think we bounce off each other as far as, the back end and then the spokesperson's part. And I think we mesh really, really well. We learn from each other. I know I've learned a lot from him.
What is it that makes North Miami unique, and how has that informed the way you've built your business?
Miami is for one, the whole city is very multi-ethnic, multicultural anyways, right? So North Miami is not really that far different. It's got a wide base. So you really have a good melting pot of people. So one side tends to be very affluent, and the other side, and they tend to come from different backgrounds that don't have the financial means as well. So we hit that.
We see some very talented kids around our neighborhood, under-resourced. And we're like, man, wouldn't it be fun to create the ADAPT Foundation and now able to help these under-resourced kids in our neighborhood, in our community?
I mean, some businesses try to lower their prices to make it more accessible, but it was very smart that you created the ADAPT Foundation as a separate entity so that you could keep the health of the business and then have this other piece.
That's really how it started, was that we were training, but obviously we needed to make money as a business. So we kept finding out that a lot of the kids that need the training, or even that are the higher level athletes sometimes that maybe can't afford it, we weren't able to provide anything for them. And here we are offering cutting edge training, the best quality, best everything, but we couldn't get the kids in the door because of a price point issue. So then we found out that, hey, this is much easier. Let's work on, let's create this foundation, really take these donations, and we can really make them work in a way that we know, and 100% goes directly to each kid.
Do you have an example of a child that you've seen go through that program and seen that seismic change?
Yes. We have Mia Batista. She's come up. This young athlete couldn't do a push-up even with assistance. Later on, fast forward, she became the captain of her soccer team. She graduated top of her class, and she was able to excel and take what she learned in training and then adapt. And it kind of just migrated into her studies and into schooling, and she was able to excel.
And is there something that you're ultimately trying to achieve? So if you were to define your ultimate goal, what would that be?
It's changed throughout the years, and now we have this one big goal. It might take 10 years, but we're going to get there. we're already a part of the community, but we definitely want to spread those tentacles a little bit further out and see not only be in our district, but maybe in a different county, maybe in a different state. If we can make that type of connection here, why can't we not make that connection elsewhere?
I mean, that is what's so special about small businesses is you're not just providing a product or a service, but you're a member of the community in a way that has a responsibility beyond the business itself.
We really enjoy it. I think that's what keeps us motivated over the dollar at the end of the day, because I'd say we still pretty much know everybody by name, at least between the two of us. I think our staff also does a great job with it. And I think keeping that community is like really what we want. It's worth more than anything we can make, I think.
You know, that's part of the challenge. Continue to level up and keep that core value, keep that community. And that's going to be a challenge for us as we continue to expand. You know, that's one of the major ones. Obviously we're in the business part of it, but on the community, which it's what got us here, it's being a pillar of the community, is how do we keep that glue? How do we keep that bond as we continue to scale up? And that's going to be a challenge that we're looking forward to as we move up.